What's up, world? I'm Kristina, Roulo, Legacy Maker Sports Network, and this is my newest assistant, Walt Clyburn, from Orlando, Florida. And it's big game Sunday here at the Kia Center, reporting live at the home arena of the Orlando Magic men's basketball team. Today, the Magic faced off in a matchup against the Atlanta Hawks, with quite a bit of suspense up until the very end. It was a close game consistently throughout and tied up at the end of the fourth, leading to overtime. With 5 minutes remaining, winner takes all. Overtime was a sight to see, leaving fans in their seats all to the very end. And it appears the waiting and dedication was worth it, because this team played their hearts out to the very end, with Orlando taking the final score 117 to 110. Walt, what are your overall thoughts from tonight's game?
Wow, that's all I can say. It started off fast, it slowed down, it got faster, and it ended with an explosion, with the Magic winning. Overtime was a nail biter. It was like a heavyweight fight in the 11th round, you know? Only the next hit, the next bucket may seal the fate. And Orlando pulled it out, so congratulations to Orlando.
Congratulations to Orlando. Are you looking forward to covering another game with me, sir?
Oh, I can't wait, man. This is only the beginning. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yep. I think we had quite a fun time, him and I, tonight with Legacy Maker Sports Network.
Yes, we did.
At Orlando Magic's men's basketball arena. This was an amazing night.
Yes.
Please stay tuned. Check out our post-game coverage.
Yes.
And as always, thank you for watching. I'm Roulo.
And I'm Walt, like Walt Disney.
And we're
Legacy Maker Sports Network.
Big plays in overtime. What did you like about your group's collective effort in the extra session to come up with?
Learning how to win, understanding what's important and what's needed in those moments, the poise that we showed, knowing the things we needed to get done, which were big defensive stops, big defensive rebounds, and then finding the matchups that we need. And then when it comes down to it is making big shots down the stretch as well.
5 points, career high from. Can you just talk about just waiting his turn and just finding his moment now to really show and help this team?
Caleb is a machine, and I mean it. And I laugh and joke with him every day that he's in that gym. He is a machine. He's the first one in. He's the last one out. He's not taking days off. Even when you tell him to take a day off, he's not taking it off. He's working his tail off night in and night out to do the right thing. And he's someone that we've talked about that you know where he's going to be on the floor, both offensively and defensively, because he studies, he works, and the coaches do a phenomenal job of keeping him ready.
This is your team's second overtime game in the last 3 games. What do these experiences help? How do they help your team at this point in the season and down the stretch of the season?
Well, there was a time in that huddle that we talked about it, right? We said, this is just like Sacramento. What can we take from that? So you go out, you win the tip, you execute, you try to do it the right way. You know exactly what you need to do because you felt that firsthand 7 days ago. So what does that look like? What does that feel like? What's the possessions we need to take care of? What's the execution we have to have? And then the level of communication and focus of what we've walked through during shoot around. They've seen that and felt that, so that's what they learn in those moments.
Coming up with some new accolade to give to Paolo, but what does it say about him to be able to step up the way that he did in overtime and get 8 of the 12 points in overtime to kind of pace this team and deliver the win?
He's a winner. He's going to find a way to help the team win, whatever that looks like. Finding guys, finding mismatches, defensive assignments, whatever it looks like. This young man is growing more and more each and every single game. About what he has to do and the responsibility that he possesses with this team, and these guys trust what he's capable of doing.
Or you had a chance to take a timeout, you chose not to. Can you explain the reasoning behind that? You gave Paolo kind of a nod. Do you know what he was going to do with it?
Well, he called out and got exactly what he wanted. So you have the situation that we've been working on before. Trey had been in a couple pick and rolls with Paolo. They were showing out, and it was his ability to either get downhill, which he did. They closed the gap. He threw the ball back to Caleb for a wide open 3, which is for winning the game. So he made the right play, which is exactly what we say for a young man, that you need him to make the right play. Because I'm telling you right now, if I'd have called a timeout, I'd have probably called the exact same play. I would have zippered him up from the side of the bounds, got the ball in his hands, we'd have slipped out of the pick and roll. He either got downhill or he'd thrown it back to Caleb Houston for a knockdown 3. Same play.
Trey Young, 2 of 9 from 3, DeJounte Murray, 0 of 2. Can you talk about the job that Jalen did on those 2 guys and then just the collective team effort there?
I think Jalen does a tremendous job, and I've said it before, I said it in Denver. He's a top 5 defender when he is fully and completely locked all the way in, and that's what he's capable of doing on a regular basis.
minutes tonight, getting Markel back out there on the floor. What do you evaluate from him in terms of the pace of play that he was playing with and really just his overall performance?
Well, he played himself to exhaustion in his minutes, and that's why being able to be on a minutes restriction in that moment is good, because he can get his wind, he can get a rhythm for being back on the floor with the guys, and then they can feel the pace in which he plays at, so understanding how much we're going to have to push that ball even more. Then defensively, just crawling into guys, getting over screens, showing your hands, being active throughout the night. And that's going to take some time, but that's what this team is about, by committee. And when guys are asked to step in, they'll continue to do it.
Group came up with a number of key plays down the stretch of overtime. What did you like about your group's collective effort in the extra session and come away with it?
Yeah, I think just staying poised. I think we talk about it a lot. Coach Mose talks about that a lot. We kind of go over these situations in practice, walk through film. So just being able to stay poised and do what we kind of go over was a big thing for us.
Caleb, you've been able to really just make more minutes, come into the game. Can you talk about just, getting a career high tonight and just how it felt for you just to see the offense going for you?
Yeah, it was fun. I think we all played well. Obviously a big win with a lot of guys out. But just next man up, we talk about that a lot. So just a lot of fun just being out there playing with the guys. Yeah.
Did you feel like shots going in, and just what did you see from the floor tonight in general?
Yeah, every shot I think is going to go in, or else I wouldn't shoot it. But it felt good. I feel like the whole game felt good. I feel like I was aggressive, and I feel like we really moved the ball. It was just fun to be out there.
It feels like you've had a handful of these continuing to grow and grow. Your performances in the court. As a second-year player, how comfortable do you feel out there?
Definitely a lot comfortable than last year. I think that just comes with experience. Obviously, just continuing to play in this league and learning from your mistakes and things that you do well in certain games. Definitely just learning, taking it day by day, just trying to get better.
Caleb, obviously, career high 25 points. You talked about it, Coach, talking about guiding guys. You also had 4 assists, 0 turnovers, just all around great game. What would you say, what would you want the league to know about Caleb Houston?
I think just someone that's just always ready to play and just really just trying to do anything to help their team win. Whether I got to come and make shots, space the floor, defense, just trying to help my team any way I can.
Within the last month or so, and do you think that entering the starting lineup tonight may have added to that?
I think confidence. I feel like I've always been confident, especially in my shot. I put the work in. I think just continuing to be aggressive, which is a big thing. Sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Being in the starting lineup, does that add to confidence or just
I feel like it's always great to start, but I don't think it really adds more confidence or anything. I'm always confident in myself, but definitely it was real cool to start for sure.
Caleb, you've been alongside Paolo, see the kind of growth that he's making and the steps he's taking this season. Just how impressed are you by that?
Yeah, you guys see everything that he's doing, carrying us, just doing everything for us. So it's great to be able to be out there with him, or whether I'm watching, playing on the court with him. Just what he's able to do is special. It's just really fun to be out there playing with him and watching what he's doing.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Appreciate
We're
you
back
guys.
with Roulo and Markel.
Put in to get back out to the court. Just how good did it feel to be back out there with your teammates and playing in the game?
It's huge. I'm just extremely blessed just to have the opportunity just to be able to step back out there with my teammates. And that's pretty much it. That's all I care about is being able to be out there with my brothers, go out there and compete, and just try to get wins. And that's what we did tonight. So again, I'm just extremely thankful. I'm glad I made it through the game healthy. I'm glad we got a win.
You just said you made it through the game healthy, so how do you feel now? And I remember before we talked with you, like a few weeks ago, you said you wanted to make sure you were coming back for the long term. So do you feel like you're going to be able to do that?
Absolutely. I think, obviously with our training staff and Coach Mose, playing for Cross, just having you on minute restriction right now, and just, again, we're worried about the long haul here, especially for myself and with the organization.
Speaking of one of the Michigan men, can you talk about Caleb Houston's performance, stepping up tonight in the starting 5 and dropping a career high 25?
Sniper. Our guy's a shooter. He's one of those guys that's in the gym every day. He works really, really hard to work on his craft, and you're just seeing the product of that. He's getting opportunities, taking full advantage of it. And that's what it's all about. You never know when your opportunity is going to come, and I think he's doing an unbelievable job of just, doing what he does, playing his game, and he's showing everybody what opportunities about.
This team learning how to win. This is your second overtime game in the last 3. Just what did you make of this experience, finding a way to win in overtime, and what do you think you could learn from this win tonight?
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where we're not fazed by close games. I think, or at least for me last year, like being a rookie, like I'm not saying I was afraid of the big moment, but it would get to like that, nut cutting time, and you'd be like, okay, like you kind of feel that pressure, that anxiousness to, like plays have to be made. We can't lose. We might have a lead, we don't want to lose it. And I think all of that's gone this year, just throughout the team. Whenever we're in a close game or overtime or whatever it may be, there's just, it's a sense of calm throughout the coaches, throughout the players, throughout myself, and I think it's showing here.
Probably not close games. You hit a nice turnaround jumper over Jalen Johnson in overtime to put you guys up 115-110. You hit him with the too small. Just curious, kind of like what you were feeling in that moment. You had a big smile on your face as you went back down the court. Just kind of walk us through that moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's just having fun. Like, you got to be able to, obviously in those moments it's very serious, very intense, but like you got to still enjoy it, and I mean, it's a big shot, and just the smile, I think, is just a testament to the way the game went. I think guys played great. Caleb Houston played great. He made big shots the whole game. Just when they were starting to, get right to taking the lead or tying it up, he would hit a big shot to keep him at arm's length. So I think just having fun in those moments, because I mean, I think, at least for me, like that's the most fun part of the game, is when it's the last 5 minutes or overtime, and you can make big plays to help push your team over the edge.
There's a lot of guys. You're from Washington. Arkell went to Washington. You got a bunch of Michigan guys in the locker room.
Game, yes sir. It's game time, baby.
Make sure you guys talking a little smack. Who's going to win, UW or Michigan?
Yeah, obviously I got UW all the way. That's a huge game. I honestly never thought I would live to see the day they're in the national championship. So I'm happy. My parents are even happier. They're going to be at the game. And yeah, I got UW, best show on turf. Shout out Mike Penix. Shout out all my guys from O'Day High School who's on the Washington football team. Hopefully they go get a dub, man.